Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you are new here, I don't know what you're waiting for, click that subscribe button and let's get on with this video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much, you are loved. Anyway, if you have clicked this video based on the title, ready to bite my head off in the comment section, I will just advise you to relax. I mean, if you give me a good plot line and a good romance trope, I am hooked. Have you ever noticed a trend in Chinese dramas, especially the Xinxia? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. The fantasy dramas. If you haven't totally understand, I totally understand why you haven't. Anyway, the celestial realm, the so-called heavenly beings, are often the bad guys. They're rigid, oppressive, and sometimes just downright cruel. Meanwhile, the rebellious underdog, often a demon, a fallen immortal, or an exiled god, is the hero we root for. In short, demon realm, heaven realm. Sounds familiar? Well, today we are diving into this trend and why it's more than just a storytelling choice. Now, I want to make this clear from the get-go that I do know there is a clear distinction between the Christian version of heaven and hell and this fantasy dramas version of heaven and hell, and I do know there is more than just one religion. I am aware. Let's talk about how these dramas love to paint heaven as the enemy. In shows like 10 Months of Peach Blossoms or Ashes of Love, the celestial beings, the supposed good guys, are shown as cold, hierarchical. Is that how you pronounce hierarchical? They punish love, enforce rigid laws, and even go as far as betraying their own in the name of justice. I mean, look at a show like Immortal Samsara. Love over there is like really restricted. Like if you fall in love, it's really bad, and Yandan suffers in the hands of the heavenly realm because of this. What about Bai Chen in, is that how you pronounce her name? In 10 Miles of Peach Blossom? She went through hell in heaven. Get it? She went through hell in heaven because she's in heaven and she's going through hell. At the end of the day, it's not funny, is it? Okay. If you've watched enough of these dramas, you start seeing a trend. Heaven is unfair, and those who challenge it are brave heroes fighting for freedom. But think about it. Why is this the default narrative? When did heaven become the bad guy? Since I'm not really well in tune with the Chinese customs and traditions, if anyone who's watching this video knows about this, you are so free to comment below and give us a little education about it. Now, on the flip side, let's talk about the heroes. More often than not, these are characters who are maybe imprisoned, cast out of heaven, or just generally like the demon tribe. They're misunderstood, passionate, and free thinkers. Their crime: falling in love, questioning authority, or refusing to conform. If this sounds eerily similar to a certain biblical event, well, you're not really wrong. I'm not sure this is a good example, but the latest Xinxia I've watched is called Moonlight Mystique. Yes, Moonlight Mystique. When we get to learn about the origins of our two leads, Fan Yue and Bai Shuo, we learn that they are actual reincarnations of two high immortals. Let's call them that. I can't really remember the names of their former selves, but anyway, Bai Shuo's former self is like this form of like god of war or something, and she can only control the divine arrow if she has turned off all her emotions. Why? I don't remember, but this was a rule instilled by the divine realm. Anyway, she meets Fan Yue's former self, who's like some purple moon big demon boss, something like that. You know, listening to myself talk about this right now, I'm wondering how Anyway, Bai falls in love with Fan, they kiss, divine arrow kills Fan, but luckily they get a do-over and she ends up rejecting him in round 2. The story kind of leaves you wondering why the rules are so mean and separates lovers for selfish reasons. They wanted to treat Bai like a robot. These stories love to paint rebellion as beautiful, love conquers all, the rules are unfair, and the celestial realm is the real villain. It's poetic, it's tragic, and if you are not paying attention, it's dangerously deceptive. All right, let's get real. Media shapes perception, whether we realize it or not. I mean, the first time I watched Emily in Paris, I really did believe that the French were kind of lazy and the Americans are really hardworking. I don't know, but I really thought that for a while. When a pattern like this is so common, we have to ask why. Why does heaven always get the short end of the stick? Why are people in the heavenly realm so mean and always scheming, while the demon realm is just chill? I mean, just look at Ashes of Love. The emperor was just his wife was a menace. The jealous girl who wanted Su Feng was just evil. Was it Runyu? I don't remember the name. Was good at first, and I understand what he went through, but later he just made my blood boil. I mean, the male lead even ended up joining the demon realm, and there was a final battle between heavenly realm and the demon realm. But in this case, the demon realm was the hero you are supposed to root for. But hey, not too much on my Chinese dramas. Even in Western media, we see this kind of trope, whether it's Lucifer trying to make the devil seem charming, or movies that push the idea that rules are chains and authority is the enemy. I'm not saying every fantasy drama is out here pushing an agenda of some kind. No. But the underlying message matters. If heaven is always the enemy and rebellion is always the hero, then what do we start believing about God's authority, about obedience? This is why discernment matters. Watching these dramas is not the issue. It's watching them without seeing what's underneath. Let's try a bit, and I'm sure you've heard this before many times. There's a reason the enemy's greatest weapon is deception. He doesn't come with horns and a pitchfork. He comes wrapped in a beautiful story, in a narrative that makes you feel like the bad guy is the good guy. He did it in the garden, and he's been doing it in storytelling ever since. So next time you're watching one of these shows, especially if you're a Christian or just like analyzing films without bias, ask yourself, what is this teaching me about good and evil, about heaven and rebellion? Because not every story is just a story. But hey, my good people, I'm not saying that cancel Chinese fantasy dramas. I will follow you. All I'm saying is think critically, test everything against the truth, because when the media tries to rewrite the story of heaven and hell, you need to know which version is real. So what do you think? Have you noticed these trends in dramas? Or does the costume, the beauty of the actors and the cinematography never lets you see anything else when you're watching? Tell me all about it in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Bye-bye. Let's talk about it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. That's a wrap. Bye-bye.